Hearts, just part of the collection of that most excellent actress, Judi Dench. And I've come here to her lovely home in Surrey to ask her what are her favourite things. Why hearts, Judi?
Well, I don't know how it started, but it started quite a long time ago. People gave me, I think there was a phase at one time for those little cosmetic sponges to be put in plastic heart-shaped containers. And when I was given one of those, I thought, that's very pretty. I'm sure that's one of those things that I'd like to keep by me, and I kept it. And then after that, I got a series of things, like people gave me little heart tins and crocheted hearts and wooden ones, and I don't know how many I've got, but I've got a huge collection now.
Yeah.
And after collecting them for quite a long time and receiving them for quite a long time, I decided I'd put them all up on the wall. I thought, that is a collection now, I'll have to put that up. And then it's gone on from there.
It's one of many collections, isn't it? Because you collect more or less anything.
Yes, I do. Yes, I've got a lot of teddy bears. Between my daughter and myself, we have a huge amount, which we also suddenly realised that we had so many that we better put them all together. So we've put them all together on a window ledge where they look at us, so we see them daily. They grow quite well. I mean, even this Easter they grew by 2.
Yes. No, teddy bears, it's very easy for a teddy bear collection to grow out of all recognition.
That's right. And it's also a very good talking point, especially as they're just by a room that any guest stays in. So usually nearly everybody who stays with us has some story about a teddy bear. So we collect the stories as well.
Did your collecting start as a child?
Yes, I think it did. I remember very early on collecting things for a doll's house, and that's still gone on. I still do that, I'm afraid. I can't resist doll's house things.
It's not fully furnished yet.
It is fully. It's over-furnished, Roy. In fact, it's going to probably spread into 2 houses, but Michael doesn't know that yet.
I see, yes.
But my father made me a doll's house when I was very small, and it was beautifully furnished when I got it. In fact, I remember coming in on a Christmas Day, and on the front doorstep were 2 most beautiful things to the city. Extremely small milk bottles and a letter halfway through the door, posted through the door, which he had made. And it had a wonderful Hoover cupboard under the stairs. It's very dilapidated now. And that we redid it for Finty when she was very little. And we had a lovely time doing it. And Norma Whittard, who makes costumes at Stratford, used to come out and help us. She was responsible for the bathroom decoration. But I redid, and when she was born and Michael was there, I think he just said, oh, it's Finty. And it completely stuck, and stuck at school. People can't remember it, of course.
Your childhood, of course, was in Yorkshire.
Yes.
In the city of York itself?
Just outside, in a place that was known as the Forest of Galters. And as a child, my earliest recollection was hearing owls, and the Forest of Galters was renowned for owls, apparently, whereas there's none of the forest left, but the owls have remained. So we were called York Without, which was without the walls.
That's rather nice. York Without.
Yes, I love it still. I was back there just recently, and they've done most beautiful things to the city. And my mother was the most incredible collector of things about York and the history of York. There was nothing she didn't know about it. And so I knew all those tiny little alleyways throughout
the Shambles.
York. The Shambles and Mucky Peg's Alley and Bedden and Aldwark. And they're beautiful now. A lot of the houses have been restored. It's extremely beautiful.
And I guess that Yorkshire is still a favourite place. You go back there a lot.
I do go back there as much as I can, Roy, because I have family still there. And it takes my breath away every time I go back. I realise how beautiful it is. I didn't think, probably I realised that as much when I was a child. Yeah. But we were always taken, my father was a doctor, and on his day off, we used to go, sometimes a favourite thing was to go for a picnic up by Pickering on the moors and go across to Scarborough or Whitby. We go across to Scarborough for a swim. There was a wonderful place on the moors